It is time, folks. It is time. A lot of people a little worried right now. Listen, we knew this was going to happen, but boy, did Trump play it pretty smoothly, I would have to say. You know, talking about sending over the bombers over the other day. You know, we know it's going to take take some time, so Iran doesn't expect them coming from the west. And I guess all of a sudden they came from the east a lot quicker, so they must have already had this en route, already in play, ready to go a few days before. Trump must have came to the White House today to finally just say, yep, do it. And sure enough, this is what happens. And listen, this is what it is. I mean, this is what's going to happen. I mean, like, will Iran sleeper cells be activated in America? That's what people are a little worried about. I highly don't know. But this is my major concern. The major concern is that this is an opportunity to really finish off Iran, finish off the people too, for false flags. False flags that happen in America, blame Iran. Trump gets so mad, right? Because this is obviously, you know, he's not in the know of who's doing the false flags. All right. So he's told, we just killed massive amount of American people. Huge building went down, blew up, whatever. Trump's like, what the hell? That's it. Nuke Iran. And Israel's like, yeah, let's go. Let's get rid of them. And Israel will take over. You know what I mean? That's what is very possible that could happen. Or real sleeper cells could come up and shake up America. You got craziness going on in New York City right now. They're chanting they're free Iran. They're ridiculous over there. But it's just, this is what we have to look out for. When there is a false flag, and there's bound to be one, you make sure you analyze it. Make sure we call out the crisis actors. We make sure we call out everything so they can't spread misinformation and try to make it seem like Iran did it or whatever. It's coming, folks. This is a perfect opportunity for the left to do something very sinister like this. This is where right now they're barking up a tree saying, oh, this was a horrible idea. We need to get back to the White House and readjust the Constitution and stuff like this. I mean, they're insane. I guarantee impeachment will come out of this as well. These people are insane, right? World War III, holy shit, man. Sleeper cell is going to be activated. Did he get Islamic Nazi? I don't know what that is. Looks at like all you Trump lovers need to pack it up and F off. Oh, come on, J. Abraham. Come on. Project 25 said he would do it. Did it really, though? Project 25, we have no association with Project 25. Trump has no association with Project 25. But I'll tell you one thing, Abraham. This was in the plan since 2007, okay, was to bomb Iran. The problem is every single president during their term, they've always said Iran is a couple weeks of being nuclearized or having a nuclear bomb. They've been saying it for 10, 15, 20 something years, okay? Iran or Israel is now now people are really waking up to the fact that Israel is pretty much running the world and pushing everyone to do their little dirty work. And Israel just goes and says, oh, we're going to start a war with Iran because they are the state sponsor of terrorists. Okay, maybe they are.
And now we got to take out their nuclear facilities because they're 2 weeks away from building a bomb. They've been saying that for 20 years. You don't think Iran's got a nuclear bomb? Come on. They do chant death to America. So then there's this, are we okay with it? Maybe we are. Maybe that's what we should have been all along, is to take out Iran. Maybe they're not translating it right. But no, we know. They chant it. Just same with the Palestinians chant the death to Israel. They're born and raised to hate Israel. That's why Israel, it's getting touchy, folks. This is why we don't pick a side over there, because the Middle East is the Middle East. Now, for us getting involved, is it going to stop terrorism around the world? We'll see. We'll see if it really stops it. We'll see if they retaliate, and everyone's on high alert right now. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. Weber says shouldn't have said that to America. Well, there you go. Now you got a bunker bomb right down your bunker. Now you have no more nuclear. This is what I don't believe, folks. Iran is massive. Okay, the country's massive, right? You're telling me that they don't have a secret facility somewhere on that massive planet, massive continent, right? Piece of land. You're telling me they don't have a secret bunker where they're really building the bomb. How do we know where these locations are? It's so bizarre. Oh, we know exactly where they're. There's these 4 spots. This is where they're developing them. They got so much uranium, they're right there. How did they get uranium? Well, we don't know. They went missing. Obama, right? So how do we know that these are the spots where this is where they're building it? So all these years, we've been saying Iran should not have a nuclear bomb. You don't think Iran got to the point like, hey guys, they don't want us to have a nuclear bomb, so we're going to have to secretly do it. Okay, folks? All right, so we're going to pretend that the facility's here, and really, we're going to build it over here in another country. Maybe. It's very possible. If you were smart, that's the way to do it. But no, we bombed these 3 places, and sure enough, that's it. It's over. They have no capability of building a nuclear bomb. I don't know if I buy that. I don't think I buy it. Steak and lobster at our military bases. What does that mean, Motive? We have the best intel satellite. We have been following tracks this whole time. Yeah, but man, even though we have the best of the best, you're telling me a country cannot hide it? You don't think they could easily just, I don't know, hide it? Come on. Well, maybe Weber's right. All us Webers are always right, right? So Trump is going to speak at 10 o'clock tonight. There is really no action going on right now, as we can see the 4 spots here: Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Bethlehem. You know where that is, right, folks? So nothing really going on. It looks like quiet skies, I say. All right. The forecast looks pretty good. Maybe we should press play, right? There we go. Let's see. Whew. All right. It looks fine. White House looks good. We got D.C. There we go, folks. There we go. Live feed for it all. All 4 locations that everybody is very concerned about. Well, nothing's happening. Do you think, the question is do you think something's going to happen? You know what I mean? Do you guys want something to happen? Is that the thing? To rip this Band-Aid off and just get it over with? Is that what some of these people are out there like that? Just get it over with. Let's have World War III. Let's all just die. It's like, come on. I think we could fight this. I think we could win it. Listen, we voted for a peaceful president. We voted for peace, right? No war. I'll tell you one thing. I trust whatever he does. Do it. Do what you got to do. But I'll tell you one thing. I hope to God that he is smart enough not to fall for the cabal, not to fall for the deep state plan. That's what I don't want to happen, because that's what happened with COVID. They convinced them of this thing, and then all of a sudden they roll it out, and sure enough, people are getting hurt. You know what I mean? And he's thinking that he's got the best scientists, the best doctors trying to say, hey, you need to do this, do that. And you're going to look like the king, or you're going to look the king. You're going to look like the best president, right? So let's say if the intel they're giving him, Israel, is saying, hey, we got to buy Iran. They're 2 weeks away from a nuclear bomb. We got to do it now or never. We've already started the war, so we might as well just finish it. So can you just drop off those bunker bombs and let's just finish this thing once and for all? So Trump does it. And that's what happens. That's what happened. So I mean, folks, let's not get scared. All right. I think we're fine. I think we are fine. All right. There's nothing going on in Iran. Everyone's sleeping. I think everyone's just went to bed. That's pretty much what it looks like, guys. This is in Israel. Let's see here. Let's pull this up. Is this live? Yep. Nothing going on here. I just, couple buildings blown up in Israel. Let's see what he's got to say here. Can we get the volume? Where is the volume, man? I don't have the volume.
In the world. We're doing everything possible to ensure the safety of the public. We just ask for the public's cooperation. Do your part. Your responsibility can save your life and other lives as well.
All right, looks like a pre-made feed. There you go. Nothing too much going on. Everything's pretty quiet in all the locations. Nothing to be concerned about. If you're wondering, looking at all these feeds, nothing really too hot going on. Someone says, America first. Nobody wants to be part of their bullshit. Yeah, well, listen, Trump said make a deal 60 days ago. Well, 61, Israel dropped the bombs, okay? They didn't want to make a deal. They don't want to make a deal. They'll wait out Trump. They probably were trying to wait him out. But Israel probably most likely knew that Trump was on board to finish this once and for all. He will lose the midterms and communists will impeach him. I hope not, Bebop. You better not. That's not good. That's not good, folks. We don't need that. We definitely do not need that. Do we have comments coming? No, it's not coming in. We're on Kick now. So if you're on Kick, we are there under spiritual warfare. All right. So Trump put out a post today that everyone was all like, here we go. This is the post that dropped on Truth Social, the biggest post of them all. Where is it? Here it is. There it is. We completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace, and full payloads of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordo, and all planes were safely on their way home. Congratulations to the great American warriors. There is not another military in the world there is not a military in the world that could have done this. Now it is time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. There we go. Comments are saying, let's see what people are saying about this. All right. Unconstitutional, doing the bidding of a foreign country, treason. Come on, Josh. Any word of LeBron James saying that how this affects his legacy? Okay, that was dumb. The fact that John Fetterman agrees with this move 100% proves it was wrong move. Fetterman and Graham have lost it. USA, baby. People, it's a mixed batch, folks. Mixed batch. So, here we are. This is the top of the news. This is Iran dropping those bombs and Trump dropping those bombs on Iran. And I'll tell you one thing, folks. It's not gonna the left is not gonna let up. You know how bad the left are? You know how crazy they are? The people that are against Trump on this are going to start going to the streets, protest, right? Now they got another massive protest for July 4th, right? Free Iran. That's what they're going to start protesting. Stop bombing Iran. The left is just for criminals only. I think that's basically where we're at here, folks. The left is completely just all criminals. I mean, might as well be, right? I mean, they fund satanic stuff. They love satanic stuff. They want DEI. They want race there. They want all this horrible shit for the country. They want to mutilate children. They want to separate families. They want to, I don't know, get abortions. I mean, they are just a pure vile disease in America, aren't they? They are. I don't care. You guys can say all the hate you want. You are. You're absolutely horrible. I hate that. A lot of lefties in here. Whoa. You guys are a little crazy. I had too many people on my leftist DMs here, or in my DMs. Are just, you guys gotta settle down. All right. Because you guys are completely on the wrong side of history. All right. If you don't have God in your life, then you got something wrong with you. Listen, and some people say, well, I voted for Trump and I don't have God. Well, I think eventually it's coming. I think you're eventually going to get it. I think God is definitely coming soon. Oh, man. Oh, it's so good. I cannot believe it. All right, folks. Nothing going on so far. We'll pop in when there is some live action, right? Obviously, that's what we're waiting for, right? So nothing going on. All right. That's good. That's good. We don't need things going on. All right. We don't need people dying. We don't need terror cells activating. I know that's what we're worried about. This is what we've been talking about for years. Prepare for your lights to go out. If the lights go out tonight, I am ready. Am I ready? I'm hoping I'm ready. Well, if the lights go out, well, that's why we have a gas stove. So we can still cook. That's the whole point of me getting a gas stove. This is why they don't want you to have a gas stove, because when the lights go out, guess what? You can't cook with an electric stove. That's why you got to have a gas stove. The gas stove will still work. So get the gas stove for the future. You know what I mean? Now, AC, lights, that's, that stuff you can always cool down at the ocean if it was really that bad. Right? You can always turn on the water, water will still work. Maybe. Anyways, Terrace Williams says, did we vote for war? Of course not. But I voted for a president to protect America against all enemies. I stand behind President Trump and have complete trust in his judgment. He's one of the greatest commanders in chief we've ever had. We wouldn't have gotten the green lit. Those U.S. airstrikes pounding Iran nuclear sites unless he had ironclad intel on a serious threat. Let's pray for peace. Pray for peace. Go on your gas car with your AC. There you go. That's right. There you could do that if you needed to, but that doesn't last that long, right? And you need electricity to go get gas too, because those pumps run on electricity. So it would be a little problem. But hopefully your neighbor has a generator, and this guy might. Anyways, like we said, Trump will be speaking at 10 p.m. tonight. Hopefully we'll catch that. Breaking, President Trump will address the nation at 10 p.m. Eastern from the White House after the U.S. bombed Iranian nuclear sites today. Iran must now agree to end this war. Imagine that. Do you think they're going to agree? I really hope they will. I really hope this is it. You know what I mean? Like, are they going to finally wake up and say, okay, we lost everything. We should have made a deal. Now we have no planes. We have no scientists. We have no leader. We have no weapons. We have no uranium. We have to dig it up again. I think it's time for peace. Maybe it's a wake-up call. Maybe we throw that all out. And Iran's like, what is going on? Why are they bombing this facility? We told them we don't have any nuclear bombs. We're using uranium because we want to make a nuclear power plant, right? Maybe they're innocent. Maybe Maybe we've been pushed to lie about this. And some people think that. Some people think, and higher ups think, that this was obviously part of a plan. And we've posted that video on our feed talking about the 7 countries that were going to be toppled in the next 5 years. And Iran is the last one on that list. And here we are, 20-something years later from that video. 2007, that video came out. 20-something years. 20 years? Yeah. No. Yeah. No. 18 years from that video. We need to take out the launch sites and their generals. Yeah, I say so. I say, if anything, like I said, I told you before, if Trump is going to do this, he needs to keep going. He needs to keep bombing them completely, where they can't retaliate, where the sleeper cells don't even know what's going on, and they're still sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, they don't get any messages. They don't know what's going on. But then again, if they read the news, we're screwed, right? North Korea, 10 years, maybe. Anyways, there we go. Trump's U.S. completed successful attack on Iranian nuclear sites. It's done, folks. That's Breitbart. This is President Trump today at the White House, moments before tonight's bombing.
Mr. President.
Nothing to see there, I guess. Okay. Let's see.
Let's turn.
Here we go. Let's go to some live feed for our a snippet from Fox.
Brett Velikovich. He's a former Delta operator, special operations soldier, drone expert. Brett, your thoughts on this night and what we may see at first light?
Well, my first thoughts, Brett, are the president made the right call. The time is now, and I'm glad the president made the decision. And I'm sure it wasn't an easy one, but the reality is talk doesn't work in that region. If talk was the option and writing nice letters to the mullahs and the Ayatollah to get them to stop their nuclear ambitions, we would have done that. But that's not the way this region thinks. The region only understands power, strength, decisive military action, and kudos to the president. It sounds like he also pulled off a pretty impressive military deception strategy. He didn't need 2 weeks to determine to strike. Iran already had years to fix their problems, and I don't think he thought he actually needed 2 weeks, and it was designed to kind of throw them off guard and conduct one of these strikes. And we're going to see what's going to happen, when the dust settles and the intel that results from it. It seems that we were starting to see some escalation from Iran to try and continue the fight by launching more lethal drones against Israel, against our bases. But it doesn't need to be that way from the Iranian side, Brett. After this strike, they have run out of really any strong options to fight back. Their leaders need to come to terms that their time's up. They've already lost. Their country is collapsing. Iran can do the right thing for once and stop supporting terrorism through its proxies and actually come back to the nuclear negotiation table. And if the hardliners at the top of that regime don't get it now, they're going to lose their country. That's the bottom line. The Israelis know the precise location of where they all are, and they're going to continue to pick them off one by one. And, my guess, was the president wanted to try and maximize pressure before fully going in lethal. That's why we saw the U.S. B-2 bombers getting positioned in the region. That was a big message in and of itself. That was an extraordinary show of force. If he conducted this strike, if he made the decision, it was because all other efforts to stop them from building a nuclear bomb have failed. And he should have a clear conscience that he did everything he could to get them to change their evil ways peacefully first.
Brett, last thing I wanted to, we haven't heard from the Supreme Leader for a couple of days. We're told by Israelis that he is holed up in a bunker, that the defense minister, after the hospital strike, Iran's missiles hitting an Israeli hospital, suggested that he would now be a target, the Supreme Leader. There were a number of reports that President Trump kind of put the kibosh on targeting the Supreme Leader a number of days ago. What about the opposition on the ground in Iran? How much do we know? Obviously, we saw the Green Revolution in 2009 that was put down by the Iranians, not really supported by the Obama administration. But what do we know about the possibility of an uprising to take over the leadership in Iran?
Well, I think in the end, we're not going to be able to create full-on regime change. It's going to have to be the Iranian people themselves. It's, the moderate Iranians. They're going to have to rise up and actually do something. The moderate Iranians, they want peace.
All right, folks. I don't know if that's true, Weber. What the Iranians news network is saying that Iran's news said that they only have sent 3% of their missiles. What does that even mean? They've sent? What do you mean they sent? What does that even mean then? Exactly. Come on, Weber. Obviously, if you're wondering what kind of plane, this is the B-2 bomber that carries those deep penetrating bunker bombs. And they go high up. Can't detect them. I believe that's the whole point of them, right? And they have to get a refuel in midair. And that's the beautiful plane. That thing is massive. It's very big. It's just what a cool plane, huh? What a cool design. You wonder if you can get a plane like that, why can't you make them all kind of slick like that? You know what I mean? It's almost like a space. It's almost like a spaceship. You know what I mean? They claim they haven't sent out the majority of their missiles. Great. Yeah, because now they're all gone. Right, Weber? There you go. If you're wondering what that plane looks like. All right, let's go with the Iran strikes. Here we go.
In Tel Aviv right now. Greg.
Hi, John. Yeah, it's nighttime here in Tel Aviv, and officials are on high alert for any new attacks. As we saw last night, Iran seems to prefer darkness for its dirty work. 5 Iranian missiles were launched. All were shot down by Israel's anti-missile defenses. This is Israeli jets today pummeled the Isfahan nuclear facility. The IAEA confirms damage to the centrifuge construction facility. The IDF says, in addition, they've been hitting Iran's military infrastructure in the southwest part of that country. There's also another assassination by Israel today. This time, Saeed Izzadi was killed. He was a Revolutionary Guard commander who played a key role in the deadly October 7th Hamas attack against Israel. And the IDF says it shot down all but one of 40 Iranian drones headed towards Israel this morning. Tehran has had less success with these relatively slow-moving projectiles.
Correspondent Greg Palkot.
There we go. All right, let's check in. Let's see what's going on in the 4 spots we are concerned about. Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and Bethlehem, and D.C. Obviously, it seems like nothing is going on. I think we're good, folks. I think peace is on the rise here in America, so I think we might be good. I really hope they finally realize and come to their senses and be like, all right, guys, we lost it all. I think it's time to just hang it up and stop with these, are things of trying to hurt people, terrorists. This is an interesting video. I don't know how real it is. Here we go.
Al-Qaeda sent out a message basically stating that he is activating all of the sleeper cells. All right. The leader of Al-Qaeda said for every abled Muslim to prepare, Now, from what the CIA has stated, how this is going to play out more than likely is you're going to have activity popping off in different cities. LA, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Dallas, like just all across the nation. You're gonna have things just popping off, and there's gonna be so much commotion that they're not gonna be able to keep up with everything. Last year there was a guy that crossed the border. When they stopped him, he said, "You don't know who I am yet, but soon you will know."
If you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Now, the internet did its research. He was one of the main leaders from Al-Qaeda. So these are the type of people that we have here right now.
Interesting. Interesting. You'll know who I am. I remember that video. I thought that guy got deported, actually, right? Chuck, didn't he get deported? He had to have gotten deported. Anyways, here's a reminder of being a Christian in Israel. The Jews do not like you. Oh.
שרמוטה, בוא, אל תיגע בי, תסתום את הפה, שאני לא אפור אותך לפה לפאקינג ישו, פאקינג ישו.
This is just like, Palestinian people growing up, hating Israel, growing up and hate them. This is kind of same situation. Israel kids hating Christians. You know what I mean? F word says, let's see what he says. It says mute. What are you talking about? What do you think about Trump not ending the Ukraine war versus Russia, starting the new year by dropping bombs 15 minutes ago to Iran? Well, I mean, the Ukraine war, the Russia thing, what are you going to do? I don't know. If they don't want to make a deal, what do you do? What do you do? Bomb them both? Listen, it's fun. Listen, I think if anything, Trump's the only guy that's attempting to try to solve the problem. Before any other administration, they didn't care. They wanted the problem. Trump comes in and said, no, we're going to make a deal. Let's make a deal. Nobody wants to make a deal. Then you guys are not ready. Then you guys just fight it out and kill each other. Okay. I'm trying to come in here with peace. If you want to do this deal, let's do it. They don't want to do it. Let them go kill each other. Okay. Whatever. We're at that point. That's where the point you start to get to. If you don't want to deal with these intolerant little babies that have to fight and try to kill each other to prove a point, then you just let them fight it out. Go ahead. Go destroy yourself. End it. Go nuke each other. Whatever. I don't know. The whole thing about these wars is just that there just seems either fake or they're just there to just, I don't know, funnel money. Or maybe that's part of Ukraine's problem is just to do these stupid proxy wars. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me because if you're really in a war, why wouldn't you just nuke them and end it? Send the biggest bombs you got and just end it. If you're really in a war, these proxy wars are dumb. F word, what do you want to do? What do you think about us? Iran, can I call in? Would love to talk about. Okay, let's talk F word. Let's see here. I'll send you a link to your DMs. All right. Let's see if I can do this. How do I do it? Chuck, we need to send a DM to F word 714. F word 714. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he's in my DMs. F word. Oh, man. They're making me spell it all the way out. What the heck? 714. Dot print. There we go. Yep. Motorcycle. Got it. Message. Sent. There you go, buddy. Come on in. Hugo Franco. This is your name, right? Oh, God. Another leftist in my DM here. Why are gas prices higher than Biden when the Biden left? Why is the stock market lower? Why is the Epstein file still hidden? Why is Russia escalating the war? What about the bomb in Iran? Why are innocent people being sent to prison in El Salvador? Why are dreamers being deported? Why are grocery prices still going up? This is my leftist attacks. They love to just come into my DMs, which is fine. I don't care. We'll talk. I'll answer all your questions. I don't care. Let's fight, right? It's fun. This is fun, guys. All right, we got F word coming in. Side note, hoping real estate becomes more affordable. In Iran, is that what you want? You want real estate in Iran? Is that what you're trying to say? All right, so we're going to discuss this with somebody. F word is coming in. Hugo, I believe his name is Hugo. Let's check in with Iran. Let's see if they have any live feeds going on here. Nothing happening, folks. Just everything's quiet like it should be, right? Shouldn't be nothing happening. But I'll tell you one thing. With this whole war thing, right? You said that he would end up. Yeah, I understand that, like, and I'm going to talk to Hugo in a little bit. Like with Trump saying, like, he'll end the war on day one. He'll do this on day one or end the war before he gets in. It's very possible for him to be able to do this. But the thing is, you're right, Nick. The thing is that he would have been able to do it, but these people don't want to do it. Okay? That's the big difference. There's something else going on. It's the deep state going on. The cabal wants to keep pushing it, and they're trying to make him look bad. See, when Trump, like, if it was a real situation, if it was like a real war or whatever, yeah, I think Trump can go in and do it. But I think it's all something else is going on. I think Ukraine is just doing it just to keep going. Let's just bomb a couple. Just keep bombing a little bit. We'll do it. Just make it look like we're still in this war. And Russia's like, what the hell are these little pesky little fucks doing? It's like a bullshit war. It's like, they're like, they'll send one little drone in and then it pops. You know what I mean? Like it's a stupid war. And I feel like that's what it is. And then he just keeps going on. I hit the link. Nothing happens. You got to use. Why don't you copy the link and paste it into your Chrome browser? Try that because it works on Chrome. It won't. I don't think it should work automatically. Fuck Israel. Go Iran. Nick says. Click that top part there. I mean, it should work there, F word. I mean, I don't know. Unless unless I don't know what type of phone you have, or obviously you probably can't hear me right now. Nick, I mean, you're probably on that path of showcasing, like you kind of know what's really going on, right? Uh-oh, what do we got this up for? You probably know what's going on. What's happening? What's really happening? You know what I mean? iPhone, yeah. Select. It won't work in Safari. You got to copy the link and go into Chrome. Try that. That's another way to see if that works. I don't know why it should work in Safari, but if it doesn't, they say it works better in Chrome. So copy the link and go to Chrome. All right. Send a link again. It's the same link in your chat in our thing here. Did you delete it? All right, here we go. Sending it again. There you go. Okay, sent. All right. Also, what else is going on in the news? Obviously, that one idiot guy is all upset. Remember the guy that got upset or chanting at Kristi Noem about, he wanted to ask the questions for illegals or whatever. Now he's crying about JD Vance calling him Jose. I would call him Jose. His name, or Joe's, I don't know, is Jose. Isn't that Jose in that language, whatever it is? I would think so, right? Jose, right? Oh, because I'm Spanish. Whatever, dude. Get over it. He's a little crying baby trying to raise money.
Hold in your hearts today, it's this: never, ever give up.
FBI raid at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence.
Deadly force being authorized.
Nothing worth doing ever came easy.
Donald J. Trump
has been indicted.
Jack Smith has again indicted former President Trump.
Over the course of your life, you will find that things are not always fair. You will find that things happen to you that you do not deserve. Like I said, take a look at what happened. But you have to put your head down and fight, fight, fight. Never, ever, ever give up. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong.
CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president.
Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world. 250 million Americans are not garbage. And it'll make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward.
I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America.
So just remember that. Never stop fighting for what you believe in and for the people who care about you. America is beginning a new chapter. Our best days are yet to come. I can promise you that. Give you one message to hold.
There we go. There's Trump. Dan Scudino put that out 9 hours ago. And he always puts out something that always has some type of meaning. And sure enough, it is. That's what he put out. It doesn't work on IG or Safari on that link you sent. Dude, that's the link. That's the link I have to send to anyone that is invited to it. I don't know other way. I mean, unless you got on your computer and got on Chrome. But I don't understand why it doesn't work on Safari. I mean, it's just, who knows? All right. It looks like Trump might be speaking right now. So let's go to that. Maybe not. No, that's just someone's title. Someone's title their live feed is like Trump speaking right now. I'm like, okay. No, he's not. Is he though? Yeah, I mean, it's all good. Downloading Chrome. Okay, well, let's see if that works. Let's see. We're going to see if Trump is speaking right now. I don't think he is. I know at 10 o'clock. Let's see what Right Side has to say. Let's go to them right now.
That, again, according to the president, a speech tonight in front of the country and in front of the world. So thank you for streaming in with us here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. I know that during these times, can be definitely scary times. We do know the question now went from, will President Trump strike Iran? We know the answer now, to will Iran retaliate? And so we are going to monitor that here at Right Side Broadcast.
We'll keep an eye on this and wait for Trump to come in. We're going to wait for Hugo to come in. Hugo, we're running down of time. 18 minutes before Trump speaks. What do you got to say? I'll get him back on board. I think I'll get him back on board. We'll get him back as a Trump guy. Everyone's, listen, there's a lot of these social media people coming out and like, World War III has started. Life is over. Sleeper cells are activated. Don't live in fear, folks. There's no point of living in fear. There's no point of calling your family members and saying, hey, Trump just dropped a bomb on Iran. You need to bunker up. Okay? If it's your time to go, it's your time to go. Right? That's how I look at it. That's it. What are you going to do? Well, you can't do anything about it. That's life. Nick says Israel's a terrorist state. Nick, why don't you come on the show? Why don't you come on and tell me your thoughts? Huh? Let's see. We get someone in here, right? See if Nick. Let's see if we can get you in here. Nick Torres. Here we go. All right. There we go. Sent to you, Nick. If you want to come in. Get in here, folks. Get in here. Pile in. Everybody in Rumble? What's going on, Rumble, huh? Rumble. I don't know what's up with Rumble. But I'll tell you one thing. Our live feed is popping. Right? We're popping over here on the website. Another side note, go to webersway.com/shop. If you haven't done so, you need to do so. Make sure you use the promo code GODWINS, because we all know God wins every time. Here is Nick. Nick, buddy, tell us, why do you think Israel is the bad guys?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Jess. Actually, I just got off work, and I didn't really expect you to plug me in, but I thought since you're giving me a platform, I appreciate it. I just come on here. Yeah, I'll give some explanations here. First off, I think the Israelis are the bad guys because they struck Iran first last week. I don't know if everyone remembers that, where they had the Mossad, building secret drone factories inside of Tehran, other things like that. So that's how this all started. Israel struck Iran. And in the past week, we've seen people like Mark Levin, many of these prominent American Jewish commentators go on Fox, go make the rounds, Laura Loomer, other people. And they've basically said that, that we have to do this to keep America safe and this, that, and the other. But President Trump's own intelligence agencies, his own director of national intelligence, came out and said Iran didn't have a nuclear weapon until she backtracked that due to pressure from within the administration. I don't think she actually means that. So the point is that I'm making is that Israel, like J.D. Vance mentioned today, is trying to get us into a foreign war that isn't in our national interest, not at all. And this is going to be, I think, a massive distraction for the administration. I agree with you what you were saying a moment ago. People shouldn't be calling and telling their family to head to the bunker for World War III. And I don't know if that's the case right now, but I think this could be something that if it's not for the Iranians striking back, that would be the only thing that keeps this thing from escalating further. Because let's say that, maybe the Iranians go and they strike, and let's say, God forbid, they hit a U.S. aircraft carrier or they hit our bases in Iraq. What's going to be the response then? Is the American people just going to sit by as American soldiers are dying? Obviously not. So this isn't, in my opinion, Jess, and I don't mean to go on a long tangent, but just from what I'm saying is, not just me, but other people with far more influence, far more intelligent, people like Tucker, Steve Bannon, and others, this doesn't end with just a simple strike. This is the start of military activities. And, I love President Trump. I've supported President Trump. I was just up at, basically surrounded by a mob of illegal aliens the other day defending his presidency. And this isn't what we voted for. And I don't mean to, and I appreciate the platform, and I don't mean to go on a rant, but that's just kind of how I feel about it.
No, hold on. That's how most of their base that voted for them feel about it, right? So that's what I was telling you. Sorry to butt in like that, but
no, you're good. I wasn't trying to go ramble on forever, so apologies for that.
But what do you think about that, Jess?
I agree with Nick. What he's saying.
So then, where's the push? Where when we're stating these type of things, and then it's like, you guys, there's some people on the other, it's like, if we're agreeing on these type of things, and you know what I mean, it's like, where's the problem? Where's the like, what are you consistent about this? Like, right?
F-word, you are breaking up.
Oh, sorry about that. Let me.
I don't know if it's your internet or I don't know. I hear kids in the background, and
that's partially my fault. I'm in an apartment complex. Sorry, I'm trying to go somewhere
you?
quietly. I apologize. You can mute me if you need to.
Yeah, sorry. Am I good?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Right now. All right, now go ahead again.
Okay. But I was saying, it's like, because you're on the other side where you're like, oh, it's okay if all this happens because we still voted for Donald Trump and Donald Trump is going to be the best, but he's not doing what he's saying he's going to do.
What, right? As far as what, with Iran?
No, as far as the Ukraine war, he said he was going to end it day one, right?
Right. Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's still going on. We're still sending money over there, right?
Yeah.
So
I hope not. I hope we're not sending money there. I think the money's cut off.
no, we're still sending money over there right now. We still are. It's not cut off.
It's not cut off.
No, it is not cut off.
Well, that must be the leftover money, right?
Sure, if you want to feel that type of way, but then why wouldn't we just take the money back like he said before? And why did he end the war day one? Why are we into a brand new war, which he literally just launched bombs in Iran 15 minutes ago? Like, this is not what you voted for. Is this people?
I voted for whatever Trump's going to do, but I also don't want him to be fooled by the deep state and convincing his decision on doing things. That's the only thing.
Okay, so let's just be clear then. So you voted to go into a brand new war with Iran and to keep supporting the Ukraine versus Russia war. That's what you voted for. That's what you're trying to
I don't support the Ukraine or Russian war. Okay.
So Iran.
I don't support any war. I just let Trump do what he's got to do.
No. So this is when you voted for it.
It comes with the vote. Yeah, obviously. Comes with it.
With the vote, not what you voted for. You voted to make America first, right?
Make what?
You voted to make America first, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Protecting America is also America first.
So are we making America first? Wars that are going on and proxy wars that are going on?
No, I don't like the wars. I don't like the wars. But if that's what's happening, that's what's happening. What are we going to do? We can't do anything about it.
What do you mean? What are we going to do?
What are we going to do? We're going to vote them out? We can't vote them out.
Well, you can't now, but you could have voted somebody else that could have done something else different. Right?
What? Vote for Kamala is not a better choice.
Can I just jump in? I'm going to interrupt, guys.
No.
And I kind of like. I'm agreeing with both. I'm agreeing with both points, if that could be said, because, like I said, guys, up until today, I was urging caution on jumping ship and saying, hey, let's see how this plays out. But to the gentleman down there, I can't see your name. Is your name Fawad?
F word.
F word.
F word. Okay, I'm sorry. I just couldn't see. I didn't want to get your name wrong, but he's correct. I mean, I hate to say it like I was trusting the plan up until today, but that all changed about an hour ago when America made strikes on a sovereign country who is not at war with the United States. And I think also, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just said that's insane. Like, that's crazy. But go ahead.
That's just. Well, yeah. I mean, I was hoping that President Trump, who was in the first term, who didn't start any foreign wars, that he would show restraint. I think he had a track record, and I think we had the right to take trust in him. And I think where maybe Jess is coming from and other people are like saying we need to trust Trump, but I think now that like after these strikes, and I'm not trying to say or be too disparaging, but there has to be some reflection and ask what the hell is going on in MAGA, because Trump made his name questioning the Iraq war. I mean, he was on the debate stage in South Carolina mocking the Bush family, and now we're doing something that even the Bushes never considered doing. So it's like, I'm agreeing with you down there, F word. Sorry, I see your name better now. And I do agree. And I think, but we shouldn't shit on MAGA and shit on Trumpers. And I think really the big lesson from all this, and just if I could say, and you don't have to agree and you can denounce me, but this is a bigger problem of Jewish influence in this country, quite frankly. And people, get upset when you mention it, but look at all the people who've been pushing President Trump. It's all these ghouls from the Bush years, all these other people, Mark Andreessen, Mark Levin, all these other people, they all happen to be Jewish. And people don't want to hear this stuff, but who's egging us on? Who's goading us to go into this war? It's the Jewish state of Israel.
And let
me say this too, and I don't mean to get too offensive here, but people are saying, well, President Trump, he had to do those strikes to prevent Iran from a nuclear missile. We're sending $3 billion a year to a country that has an illegal nuclear weapons program. That's Israel. Israel stole nuclear material from a United States nuclear facility in Apollo, Pennsylvania in the 70s. So they've stolen technology. They've stolen nuclear materials from us to fund and facilitate this illegal nuclear program. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but there's a thing called the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Iran is a signatory to that treaty, which the United States is one of the founders of, meaning under that treaty, they have the right under international law to enrich nuclear uranium for civilian purposes. Israel never signed that document, and they have an illegal nuclear program, and we send them $3 billion a year. So again, I still, even in this moment, have a lot of love and admiration and respect for President Trump, but I feel totally confused, and I do feel very upset. And I think that if, we're just going to play this game of let's see what happens, are we going to just let's see what happens down the road as soldiers? I mean, what if they close the Straits of Hormuz and gas jumps up to $10 in a couple weeks? Like, this is just, it's terrible. So I don't mean to go on a ramble or a tangent. I'm just making a point, though, that this wasn't done for our safety. This was done because there's an immense amount of Jewish Israeli pressure on the administration. And it's something we have to address.
That's the one thing that's the problem. What I'm messing with here, F-word, is that with Israel, I feel like even with October 7th, they let it happen just so they could take over Gaza. So they had an excuse. I feel like they honestly were in control of the people that attack Israel just to take over Gaza.
No, you're coping, because literally we have two people here that are telling two different things, two things that is not associated with that at all. But
you don't think there's a bad side of the Jewish side here that are starting up these wars?
No, this anti-Semitism thing also got stopped. Like, this is.
I'm not being anti-Semite. I'm just saying there is some good Jews, and then there's really evil Jews.
Not saying towards you. If I can have like 2 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we talk over each other. I just feel like this anti-Jewish thing is just getting too out of hand, because it's what it is. You know what I mean? And if you don't like it, it kind of sucks. But don't say things like that, because it comes off a little weird, and then kind of ruins your. And it's just not good for anybody to say that type of stuff, right?
No, I disagree. I think it's my First Amendment right, and when Jewish,
it is. But
yeah, I know, and I'm not trying. I'm just saying, but like, look at the people who are advocating for the war. They all tend to be Jewish. Miriam Adelson gave President Trump $100 million. She grew up in Israel. She talks about, thinking she was Princess Esther of the Bible, and so these people very much have an ethno-religious worldview, and they're in control of our government. That's what I believe. You don't have to agree.
No, well, that's what I said. That's your first right. You're completely right. You know what? We can all have our own opinions, but once you start saying things like that, your original argument kind of like breaks down, and it's just like, oh, he's like anti-Semitic, and it's just not a good look for anybody, and it's just not a good thing to do overall.
Wait, are you saying I'm anti-Semitic?
I think you're saying I am.
No, not you, not you, Webb, not you.
Oh.
But my point is, like, just cut that out, and it would have been a way better point. And it just, because you went off on a weird tangent, and it's just
no. I mean, it's not. With all due respect, F-word, you're entitled to your opinion just like I'm entitled to mine.
Right.
But again, I mean, don't you think if there's people like Miriam Adelson providing President Trump with $100 million? You have Mark Levin going on Fox News every night telling elderly Republicans that we have to bomb Iran, and all these people happen to be Jewish. I mean, isn't it worthwhile, like, kind of pointing that out? I mean, it's like, why are we moving towards war with Iran? It's because Jewish Zionists in America have convinced our country that this is a safe course of action.
So you're pro-Palestine then, I'm assuming?
Yes, I am. I believe in.
That's why. Okay.
Can I just look real quick? Yeah, I believe in a two-state solution. I believe in a two-state solution. Yes.
So do I.
I think, honestly, I think Israel.
No, sorry, Webbers. Can you answer the question? Are you pro-Palestine or Israel?
Are you talking to me?
Webbers. No.
Okay,
no.
sorry.
I'm at the F-word. I'm at the point where neither. I think they should both get out and put the Christians in. Done. Settle it once and for all.
What?
You can't have a two-state solution with these two type of people. They are born to hate each other. Why are we going to continue on with war all day long? There's no point.
So then what are we?
One person, either Israel takes the whole place and replaces the Palestinian people, or Palestinian gets out, Israel gets out, someone else gets in. I don't know. But there's no two-state solution because they're just going to fight each other. I mean, how do you live next to a country with a fucking wall, weapons pointed at each other? Your kids are grown up to hate the other race. What is the point? Trump is shaking shit up.
So these are like three very different opinions, but they're all coming from the same side. So do you see what I mean? Like, these are all different things that we are all debating on, but we're still on the same part. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, I get it. I just that's where I'm at. If you're, I mean, like, why separate that chunk of land for two groups of people that absolutely hate each other? It's not going to work out. We're just going to go back to square one. So what's the other solution?
yeah. And sorry, and
Yeah.
then
Is there another solution between other than a two-state solution?
I believe that a two-state solution should work and could work, just like the panel, our other gentleman right here, he thinks as well could work.
How?
But listen, that isn't up to me. I'm not a president. I'm not like that.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
just how it would work. It would work really simply, actually. It would work if Israel stopped building settlements in the West Bank like they've been doing since 1967 in violation of international law. It would be easy if Israel stopped attacking the Palestinians and allowed them to actually be sovereign in the West Bank and Gaza, where they were in control of their own electricity. They had their own police forces. They can live in dignity and honor. So actually, I don't think there has been a two-state solution that's been tried since 1948. I think what we witnessed is Israel and the international Jewish diaspora essentially push the Palestinians against the wall and destroy the Middle East. And, not everyone has to agree with that, but that's how I view the situation. I don't think there's been any chance given to the Palestinians to have a state since 1948. They've been eternally screwed over. They've had no one speaking on their behalf. And we've seen Israel since at least 1967, going on close to 60 years now, violating international law, violating treaties, attacking, assassinating members of other governments. And it's just totally unacceptable. So I guess what I'd have to say is, if I could speak to the president, I would just say, hey, as a 3-time Trump supporter, someone who's been hit in the head with a skateboard for supporting you, someone who is, really faced down some pretty intense situations in my life to be a Trump supporter, why do you think this is benefiting our country? Because I don't trust the intelligence he's receiving. And I think he's really just being led down a wrong path. And it's a terrible development.
I could see that. I could see that with
then
intelligence.
So what you're trying to say is you think Hamas is a really good supporter for the Palestinian people and versus America? So you support
what I'm saying, the Palestinian people, people.
No. Let me just ask it simple like this: do you support Hamas?
Yes. Do I support Hamas?
Yeah.
I don't really. The Palestinians support them. That's fine. I mean,
No,
the Palestinians. Hold on. Can I finish? The Palestinians elect. Can I finish? Can I just finish my point? If the Palestinians, okay, I'm making my point. I'm making my point. So if the Palestinians, elected them, if the Palestinians,
this is you're sugarcoating it. Do you support Hamas?
Can I talk? I've let you speak. I'm going to explain myself. So I'm going to speak right now.
Okay.
I feel that if the Palestinians elected Hamas, which they've done, and they've been ruling and running the country, then it's not in America. Who are we to say? We have elections.
We support Hamas.
I don't support Hamas. I support Palestinian sovereignty. I support Palestinian sovereignty. Are you Jewish? Are you
Trump's
Jewish?
coming in.
Yes.
You're Jewish.
All right,
okay,
guys.
thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming in. Trump's coming in. He's talking.
Thank you. That clarifies a lot. That clarifies a lot. Thank you.
Like super stop.
I love it, guys. I love it. We'll see you guys.
So you have a vested interest. Yeah. So I support
really weird question.
I support Palestinian.
Thanks,
guys.
Massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities.
We'll come back.
In the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, there he goes. That was a little strange towards the end there. He was saying God, and then he got choked up a little bit there. Interesting. Well, there you go. That was the big announcement from Trump. Are you disappointed? Oh man, I thought he'd say more exciting things like I don't know, anything, something different. All right. F word, if you want to come back on, please jump right back on, please. F word, if you're still there. But anyways, I wanted to go showcase our new 2 drops that we just dropped. We literally almost sold, almost, what are we at, 100 units right now? We officially drop Identify as an American is officially out, folks. There you go. It's got the front, the side, Patriot Strong logo on this one. And also it does got the God Bless America bald eagle on the back. If you have not gotten that one, that is it. This is also Fly High America. There we go. That's like these, I don't know, this is very just, I don't know. Listen, it's a good one. Yeah, same like F word. This one is, it's got like 6 jets, the bald eagle, and the streaks of the American flag. And this also has God Bless America on the back. There you go. It's available right now at webersway.com/shop. Use promo code GODWINS for 10% off, because we always know that God wins. So there you go. You get it while it's hot. Fly High America. These 2 shirts were they were actually made for a buddy of mine. He wanted these 2 shirts. He's like, "Yo, can you do something like this?" I'm like, "All right, let's go to the drawing board." So I went to the drawing board, and that's what we came up with. Those 2 new shirts right now. I just got the American Fighter 2.0 shirt. That's coming in the mail right now. So I will be rocking that. That is the only shirt. I think one of a few shirts have this one has the "Do Not Tread on Me" on the patch over here, just so you know. But there you go. The oversized faded shirt. I'm shocked that people have bought that shirt, because I don't know, some people like oversized clothes, but you know, you never know. Anyway, support us there at webersway.com/shop. All right. live look at Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. Nothing is going on. Nothing's going on, guys. Everything is clear as day. All right, F word. You are live. All right, so
is the other guy coming back?
no, well, if Nick wants to come back, he can. I don't know what he's doing.
Just really weird how he's just started asking me questions like that. It's like, I don't think my race, culture, or anything has anything to do with the debate.
Is that what he asked? I must have missed that.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah, he asked if I was Jewish, and I was like, what does that have to do with anything with the debate?
Oh, I didn't know he asked you if you were Jewish. Really?
Yeah, that was really weird. That was weird.
So what do you think about my stance on the whole Palestinian and where I come from, where I think the
I
Jews?
agree. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
With you. Yeah, with the two-state solution. Oh no, you said you couldn't do a two-state solution, right?
I don't think it's possible. I mean, how do you? I mean, that's like, I mean, it's such a tiny area, and then you want to put these two groups of people that absolutely hate each other, born to hate you. Okay, how is that going to work?
Listen,
it's got to be shaken up.
Listen, we have smaller states even here that like not in a hate you, I'll like gonna kill you way, but like hate you in like a I hate your sport team versus, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, but we're not getting paid $1,000 to kill a Jew over here. Okay, they are. It's a reward if you kill a Jew. It's a reward if you do that.
Hold on, you can't really say that though. Do you have the proof of that? If you have the proof, then I'd love to see that.
Yeah. All right. Well, keep talking. I'll find it.
Well, please do, and then we'll fact check it, right? Like we're doing live right now.
Yeah. I'm doing it right now.
Because who's paying $1,000? Who's the one that's paying it?
The government of whatever, Palestine, whatever.
Of Palestine?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that sucks, if that's unfortunately what they're doing, but I've never ever heard of anything like that.
Really?
But yeah,
What about them? What about them as their little kids in school being taught to hate Jews? Have you heard that?
I'm not like I said, I think all of that is wrong. I think anti-Semitism is completely wrong. And that's why I said I thought it was so strange that he asked me if I was Jewish, because we were debating, and I was like, this has nothing to do with the debate. So why would you ask me that? So that's why I said anti-Semitism is a real big problem. You know, and that's why I was hoping he would come back, but apparently he doesn't want to, or he's busy, or whatever's going on.
No, but, I just wanted to get the Trump in there, and I didn't know if I was going to stay on or not.
No, it's okay.
State payments are part social welfare program, not directly related. Violence, however, critics argue the system essentially incentivizes terrorism and violence against Israelis. Financial support, yeah, they reward families and an individual on violence against. What's that?
What you just read right now is not what you said previously.
That's what I'm saying. They get a reward. They get something to kill violence against you.
No,
I said kill a Jew for $1,000. That's what I said, right?
Right. And was
okay.
After not,
the definition says they give them probably even more money than $1,000.
That's is it bad? Look, it's a yes or no answer, right?
What
is what you said true or not? No, it's not, right?
Basically, they get money to kill a Jew or cause violence against a Jew.
Now you're like creating a whole different narrative.
No. I'm not creating anything. This is what I heard back in the day. I heard this. Then I'm just repeating it now.
Listen, back in the day, I heard if you did things too much, then you'd get a hairy palm, right? But that's not true. So
I've never heard that. That's very strange. I've never heard it. Get a hairy palm. I've never heard that. It's a bizarre saying. Anyways, well, okay. There's no difference in what I'm saying. I'm saying they're saying that they will incentivize terrorism and violence against Israelis by providing them with financial support and individuals and families. So it's the same thing. They're getting a reward to create violence against them.
Okay,
right?
But even then, like I'm saying, that's not.
We don't get rewards if we kill our opposite football team that we don't like. You know what I mean? We don't, or the opposite sex or opposite race in America. We don't get that.
Right.
They
But we do get we do get fights between people that are getting rowdy. Like, we don't kill them, right? But
We don't
you
get a
know-
reward.
no, well, you know how? Okay,
We don't get finance. We don't. The government doesn't give us money because we
No, of
killed
course-
off that.
No,
Right.
of course-
So they do.
but even then, it's like same thing with them. Look, I'm not supporting this thing. By the way, I'm not. I'm not.
It seems like you are.
I'm
Yeah.
not. So hold on. So I'm like, hold on. Let me just clear this up. I'm not a Palestine supporter. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not anything like that, like the previous caller was, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's like, I think Israel, they can defend themselves. And not only that, they're part of like it or not, they're an ally. And we have to protect, like it or not, right? Like it or not, they're an ally.
All right, F-word. Okay, let me ask you, what's the difference between a Christian and a Jew?
I'm not religious, so I don't know.
All right, they make fun of Jesus. Okay, I'm a Christian, and they make fun of Jesus. All right, they don't believe in Jesus. They think he was a magician or a guy that thought.
That's not even true.
This is what Ben Shapiro said. Ben Shapiro said this on Joe Rogan.
Okay,
Told-
so
Okay.
that's where you're getting your facts from, Ben Shapiro and Joe Rogan.
I'm just saying that's what most of these
So
Jews say.
So you yourself haven't researched this. You're getting
No. This is I've heard this from Ben Shapiro
no. Let's
and
clear this
other
up.
Jews
No,
and
stop,
other
hold on.
Jews.
Hold on. Let's clear this up.
Yeah.
So you're getting your facts from Ben Shapiro and Joe Rogan instead of fact checking them yourself. Is that what you just told me?
Do I need to?
Shouldn't you?
Yeah,
As
but
a
this
re-
is like
Look,
more
as a re-
than one. Yeah,
as a
but more
reporter-
than one. I've heard it from Ben Shapiro, and a lot of people listen to him.
as
So
a
that's why I
reporter,
mentioned that.
as a
What?
reporter, shouldn't you do your own duty to
Yeah,
research?
but I've also experienced it. I've asked Orthodox Jews in front of them. I said,
So-
"Hey, what do you guys think
So-
about Jesus?" And they're like, "Oh, he's a wannabe. He thinks he was the Messiah. He's not." Okay. I'm like, okay. They disregard him.
Then roll the footage of that, please. Roll the footage.
Okay.
Roll the footage, please.
All right. Hold on here.
Yeah. Roll the footage, please.
But you've never seen this though, F-word? I mean, this is very
Roll
strange.
the footage. Roll the footage. Go ahead.
All right. Let's see what this is.
Yeah, we'll do real time fact checking.
Real
Rogan.
That I don't know if you want to waste time on it. It's just obvious.
Many reasons why the Jewish people, by and large, rejected Jesus as the Messiah. But in this video, I'm going to give you 4 of them. And the first one is that they pretty much confused the Old Testament prophecies that talked about Jesus' first coming with Jesus' second coming.
What?
Who is this?
I don't know. Another guy.
You don't know who this is? You're just putting a random person on?
Yeah.
What the what? What?
What do you want? What do you want? Who do you want the source from, though? That's the
No.
question.
Maybe somebody you actually know instead of putting a random person and you're like, what?
I know Ben Shapiro. That's all I knew, just so you would know.
But that's not
I
Ben
mean, what-
Shapiro.
You want Ben Shapiro?
I mean,
that's who I know. Ben makes fun of Jesus.
that's crazy that you just like cited some random person and I was like, who is that? You're like, I don't know. You're like, what?
But the thing is, F-word, I've asked Jewish people in person,
no.
and they say the same thing.
And
So I don't know.
So where's the footage of you asking them that? Because you did on person, on site, right? Did you not?
Yeah, I do have footage. I have to find it. I don't know where it is.
Well,
I
no, hold on then.
don't know if I was recording.
Jewish point of view.
no,
Christ,
come
right?
on.
There you can make an argument that the Gospels, which were written,
He was just a prophet, and right?
significant. No. We don't even believe he was a prophet.
What do you think he was? What do you guys think? He was?
What do I think he was historically? I think he was a Jew who tried to lead a revolt against the Romans and got killed for his trouble, just like a lot of other Jews at that time who were crucified for trying to lead revolts against the Roman and got killed for their trouble. From
That's not the one I'm looking for.
I was like,
There's
what was that? I was like,
Yeah,
what
I
the
know. There's another one where there's another one that he says he was like a magician or something like that or something weird.
I don't know about that, but
Wait, why are you fighting me on that one?
Because I'm telling you to prove your point, and you can't even prove your point.
On what? But it's not like a fact. It's not like a weird conspiracy.
On what you just? What do you mean on what?
It's not a weird conspiracy. It's not a weird thing. It's true. Everyone knows that.
Then prove it. I'm telling you, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you're like showing me a bunch of weird, random videos that have nothing to do with anything. And I'm like, what's going on here?
I mean, here's Israel, and here's Jewish people spitting on Christians.
What does that have to do with? Hold on, stop. You're showing me random after random after random videos. What does this have to do with the original topic we were just talking about?
My original thing is that Jewish people do not like Christians. So you're saying, as a Christian, I should be allies with Israel. Why?
Because you know what? Your president said so. That's why.
I don't
support him so much.
I don't have to agree to that.
You support him so much. You should, right? Isn't that what he said? That's an ally.
There's a whole deeper level to this F word. There's a whole nother level of what's really going on.
Then please show me. But aside from that, you should be supporting your president, what you voted for. So
I don't have to support him 100%. I'm not a diehard, like, let's go Trump. I'm a mega all the way.
Okay.
I'm just like, okay, we criticize him when it needs to be criticized.
And then from a percent, so then let's just talk like that. So from percentage from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
What are you, MAGA? 0 to being the most.
I would say 95.
So you're diehard MAGA then. That's pretty.
Yeah,
right?
Trump. No, I don't wear mega hats. I don't have mega hats. Well, I do. I just don't wear. I never wear them. I never wear.
Support them all the time.
Yeah, we support him, but it's not like we have to criticize him when he needs to be criticized.
You're 95% in. What do you mean? That
we're criticizing.
You're yeah, is that what 5% are you criticizing? Please let me know. Please.
I just hope he's getting the right intel for these certain things that happen, like even with the Iran thing. I really hope that they really were 2 weeks away from getting a nuclear bomb. I mean, they've been saying that for 20-something years. It's like, is this the right intel? Is this the time to do it? Do we really have to be suckered into Israel's war? We're not in the Middle East. We're over here. But I understand that Iran kills Americans in different parts of our country. That needs to stop. And maybe they have sleeper cells in America. Maybe they don't. Who knows? But it's always like the mainstream media tells us to hate a certain country. And I'm like, why? Why do we have to hate Russia? Like, I don't understand that. What has Russia have ever done?
Well, I think because Iran supports a lot of things like Hamas, which I
don't agree with that. Okay.
So then, are you for Hamas then?
No.
No.
The thing is
who would want to be versus a country that says death to America, right? Like,
right. So if he's getting the right intel, then it was okay that he bombed Iran. So what do we what do we care then? Right? Then we're okay with it. Right?
Are we?
I guess we have to be, right?
I mean, that's on you. You tell me, is this what you voted for?
Yeah, I voted for Trump to protect America.
You
yeah.
For a war with Iran and a war and keep funding Ukraine versus Russia. That's what you voted for.
I don't support the Ukraine-Russia crap. And hopefully Trump changes his stance and fixes that. I don't know. He's trying to solve it. He's trying to get money back from them. He's trying to get the whatever minerals that we might get. Who knows? I hope he just let them fight it out and kill each other. Just let them just do that.
Like there's no what said, let the animals take themselves out, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you said that. Can you prove that?
Joke, by the way. I hate that. I wish the war would end, by the way. That's a terrible joke. I'm so sorry about that. But
no, I do hope they just go ahead. But if Trump can't create peace, then what are you going to do?
But we're still funding it. Either way.
Then that needs to stop. That needs to stop.
He said day one, this would end.
That needs to stop, though.
But it hasn't.
Then there's my 5% that I'm against Trump. There you go. There's my one. Give me 1% on that right there.
That's a huge. Wow. Damn. How brave of you. Oh my gosh.
Listen, this is the thing. You cannot let them control your life. It does not control my life at all. I do not get suckered in 100% on somebody and just be like, I'm gun ho, and I don't care what anyone says.
You're 95% in, so don't even say that. What are you talking about? What?
No, I'm not. That 5% is pretty big for me. That's a lot. All right, let's go 80%, 80-20. All right, how about that? Let's just switch it to that. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to hold myself to 95%, okay? I'll switch it to 80-20. It doesn't matter.
No. Let's keep it real. No, let's keep it real. You're 95% in, and you're totally fine with everything he's doing, and it is, and how you think it's okay is because you say it is what it is. But that's not
what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Well, that's not what he promised you, though. So he's lying to you. So you're coping so hard, which is insane. No, yes, you are.
No.
You're coping.
No.
You're coping.
No,
You're
not.
coping. You're coping.
Coping about what? What am I coping about?
Us getting into another war with Iran, and that he's still funding the Russia-Ukraine war. You're coping.
Okay.
Like,
all right, the Russia-Ukraine, I'm not coping. I'm just saying I'm against that, and hopefully that changes. Okay, I hate Trump for doing that. How about that? But I think a lot of it has to do with the previous administration, the old funding, and it has to go through there, and they signed it, and it's going through.
now he could have done it already if he really wanted to. Like he was doing all these.
If he did that, and then it would be suicide for Ukraine, and then he would really get blamed and look bad.
Okay, well then, so that's what I'm saying. So then where? So
what are we gonna do? He's in this position that he's stuck because of the cabal.
Oh, what cabal? What's the cabal? Explain to me who the cabal is.
We're starting to figure it out. We're starting to figure it out.
Which is
and
who?
I'm thinking. I want to say it's the bad Israel people.
Oh, come on. We just had a whole thing about that. Let's not do that.
I really think so. I really think there's a bad side of Israel. I mean, how? Okay, if you don't think there's someone bad, you don't think there's a CIA, Mossad, or whatever that's doing false flags around America, you got to be out of your mind. It's happening. October 7th was a complete inside job. Complete inside job. Yeah.
Then please fact check it right now. I'm Jamie. I'm Jamie for you. You're Joe Rogan. Fact check it right now. Show me.
Listen. We've talked about this so many freaking times.
No.
We talked about it so many times on the show.
No, fact check it right now.
Fact check what? You know that these don't come. They don't come true for another year or two.
Please pull up the article that says that. Please.
Says what?
What you just said.
It doesn't exist.
Exactly. You know why Jamie's on the show?
That's different.
Do you know what?
It's different. It's different.
No, we're fact checking.
The stuff I'm talking about is other people have mentioned, and it makes sense. It makes sense to me.
It doesn't.
Okay, Hunter laptop, for example. We all knew it exists, and if you would have asked me, just Google that, and I'm like, I can't. What can I do? We know it exists. We know there's bad shit on it. Here's a picture. Do you believe it or not? And you're like, no. And then I'm fucked. Then I got to wait 6 years until it comes true. So I got to wait a few years for this October 7th shit.
So it's the same thing like the Epstein files then.
Exactly. You got to wait.
He was going to release the Epstein files day one. Where the fuck are the Epstein files? What the
That's
fuck?
another percent. What the fuck?
Where are they at?
I don't know.
On there. What's up? Why are you afraid? What's going on?
Something's. I think I know what happened. I think honestly, I think they're gone. I think they're deleted. Why would they hold them? Why would the Biden administration hold them?
They have
Doesn't
them
make any sense.
because they have them. They just redacted the names of the people that were on there, but they have them already. They just redacted.
And then they can't see it then.
No, they're already on file.
I don't think they kept it around. Why would Biden administration keep those files around? They have a secret lock, the secret this. Comey has this shit. You're telling me they're going to hold it for a rainy day? Yeah, right. They're deleting that shit. They got rid of Epstein. They got to bury everything. Epstein had thousands of trucks go into the island and fill it up. That's why you can't find shit over there.
Really? Let me see that article. Show it to me.
What the fuck? That's what happened. What do you mean show it to you?
Show me the article.
What? Concrete trucks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show me the article.
Concrete trucks.
Again, I'm not defending him, right? But you're just throwing out.
Yeah, but the stuff I talk about is just old news shit. You know what I mean? Like I never have to really prove myself because we already know this is the type of people we talk to. Epstein shit himself, 53-pound. Nah, that's not it.
Yeah.
53-pound shredder at Palm Beach home. No, that's not it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Concrete, Brooklyn synagogue. They're gonna bury this. Jeffrey Epstein reportedly shipped cement truck to his island. I gotta sign up for this shit. Cement truck worth $50,000 to the Caribbean island home. And I can't read it because of this ad.
Who reported it?
Epic Times.
Who?
There, Epic Times. A cement truck worth $50,000 was shipped to Express Financial Jeffrey Epstein multi-million-dollar private Caribbean island last November, according to blah blah blah.
Well, who reported that?
Epic Times.
Who the fuck is that?
They're well known.
They are really from which?
They're in the top 10. That's pretty good.
Which article is Epic Times known for?
What do you mean?
Yeah, where have you heard them from, or what reputable article did they write that you've heard them from?
They're pretty. I think they're up there. I mean, they got their own subscription service. They're pretty well known. They're like the New York. They're like the New York Times, a little lower. They're like it's like a Daily Mail.
Bro, you're like drowning. That's how hard you're like grasping. It's like you're about to drag you down. Like, dang.
All right. The Sun in the UK, Jeffrey Epstein shipped 40,000 euros worth of cement to his private island weeks before he exposed the lead to his arrest. Published. I mean, it's there.
I've never heard of that. Any of those.
Never heard of the Sun in the UK? Come on.
No, I haven't. Have you?
Yeah.
Really? For which article?
What do you mean? Which article? This article. How about that? This one.
What okay, what other article do you know them from?
I don't know. Other news? They have news.
That is so random. What?
It's a website with news.
Of course, but it's not. I can write a website with news too. Okay.
Yeah, but you would be all right. Credit. It says credit, Reuters, whatever they are. You know who they are, right? You know her. You don't know who this is?
That's really like I can't see it. It's too small.
Now I know you're fucking with me.
No, I swear to God, it's too small. Like
you never heard of this place, this website right here. These guys.
I literally can't see the website because it's so tiny on the screen.
Right here, this word.
I'm telling you right now, you're because you're air screening with me, but like you're air screening like half of my iPhone screen, so I can't see shit.
Reuters, whatever they called. REUTERS.
Yes, say the name right. Yes, if you said the name right, then yes.
Yeah, I didn't say it right. I don't know how they call it. Yeah. What about them? Do you believe with them? Because they're the credit from Sun.
I don't know if I believe them because they're
Sun
not.
Why wouldn't you? I don't understand why you're denying this. I don't understand what is the big deal. Even if, why do you think it's false?
It's not a credible place. That's why.
How is it not credible? They've been around for so long.
Right, but they're not.
The Sun has been around for so long. I don't understand.
The UK?
Yeah, you got to remember, my old job used to be researching viral videos. I had to go on all these different websites, so I know exactly who's legit and who's not. Who's putting out fake viral videos? Who's putting out real viral videos? Who's putting out real news articles than the fake ones? I know these websites. I've been around for years.
But that's your opinion, though. It's like
that's not I was my job.
No, it's your opinion because you can say what's.
But if we're gonna listen, if we're gonna go down to opinion, we're never gonna get anywhere. We're not gonna get anywhere.
Well,
I say anything, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what I say.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, right? I'm not saying like, oh, that's wrong. I'm just saying.
You are. You're saying, show me an article. I showed you 2 articles, and you still won't believe me. That's what a leftist does. A leftist does that. Come on.
Come on. So let's have a reasonable talk here, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I asked you to show me another reputable place, and you had to go 10 scrolls down to find something.
What do you want me to look for? I mean, it's like it's wasting time. You understand what we're doing here? We're wasting time looking for an article when my whole audience knows about it. They already know about it.
Then you should have no problem finding an article based on that, fact checking it.
This stuff is old. This is old shit.
Then you should have no problem finding anything about it. This is what I'm telling you.
You found 2 articles, and you don't believe that they're good.
You literally had to scroll 10.
Give me what? Who do you want? CNN? Is that the only one you believe? CNN.com. Go there.
Yeah.
We'll see if
truly we all get our news from CNN.
The ones that give out fake news. The ones we know this one. This is fake news, right?
True.
Jeffrey, fucking
true. That's where we all get our news from. Come on, Jess. Come on now.
I don't. But
come on.
You want to go? You think this is it?
Here.
Well, you know, the Euros thing doesn't really work out in CNN here, so hold on.
Oh, okay. All right.
I copy and paste the European one.
Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein. I don't understand why we're even going down this road. This is old news.
Well, you're the one that said something about it, so I'm just fact.
Yeah, but you're the one that doesn't believe me. I don't know why I got to prove myself.
Telling you to fact
Why do I
check
have
it.
to prove? Why do I have to prove myself?
What do you mean? Because you're just spouting lies if you don't.
No, that's not true. We don't have. I don't have time. I don't have time for lies. Okay.
Well, this is what Jamie does on the Joe Rogan show. So call me Jamie.
Jamie's a lot quicker, and we would have someone else do it. I don't have. Chuck is gone, so it's just me and you right now. So I got to do this.
Well, I don't know. I thought you had another person that'd help you. I'm sorry. I thought you had a
No, I don't. I have to look at it right now. I have the keyboard now.
Sorry. I thought you had somebody else that had to look for it.
No, if I had that, we would have this a long time ago.
Yeah. What the? Okay. Sorry. All right. Well, anyway, aside from that, my point is that like if you can't find like a quick Google search on it, it means that you have to go deep into what you think you just said is right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
This is what I'm saying. The stuff that we know, the stuff that comes out years later and then it comes true, gets buried. It's so hard to find. Like the Hunter laptop, great example. The COVID vaccine, great example. It was all buried. All the information's buried. And then all of a sudden, a year or 5 years later, it all comes out and they're like, oh, it's true. And then it's like, well, what the fuck? We knew. And then we try to look it up. It all starts to get scrubbed again. It's just time and time. It happens all the time. This is why we've been right all along. Right, guys?
If it's on the internet, it's never scrubbed.
Well, it's scrubbed.
We both know. No, me and you both know that. If it's on the internet, everybody has screenshots. Everybody has, you know what I mean? It's
I can't find screenshots on Google. I have to look up websites that would take it off their website. You know what I mean? Like it's tough here.
We got to get your producer. Oh my gosh.
Former ITFCC. No, that was almost ABC there.
Listen, do you need a producer?
But this is my thing about Jeffrey. I think he's probably alive. I think he's alive. Okay.
Where's he at?
This is where Tupac is. I don't know, wherever they send these people.
What do you mean?
What does it matter? What does it matter where he is? He's not. He's in his. Okay. What about Hitler? What did we just find out about Hitler?
Well, you tell me. What did we find out about Hitler?
That he was in Argentina the whole time.
Was he?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Really?
Yeah.
Who says that?
What do you mean? It came out. What are you talking about? Oh my God, Hitler in Argentina.
Yeah, bring it up. Gosh, I need to be your producer.
You don't. It claimed that Hitler escaped Argentina and lived there incognito as a persistent conspiracy theory, though is not supported historical evidence. While some Nazis fled to Argentina after World War II, there is no credible evidence. That's AI. That's AI.
Going on here. This is what I mean.
CIA claims.
You need a fact. This is what you need. You need a Jamie on your show.
No, I don't.
You do.
Don't. I'm telling you the stuff we know. stuff that we get is true.
You do. Show me the article. Pull it up, please.
It's buried. They deleted it already. So it says, Hitler was scared and knew he was going to lose, so he fled somewhere, maybe Argentina, maybe somewhere else. Hard to say where he went. And listen, there's a lot of people that believe that. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one.
Hey, listen.
Edward, if you are going to live by the internet, then I'm telling you, everything is a lie to you. Sorry.
I got a super dope ass bridge to tell you. It's so sick. It's super dope.
Tell me what?
I got a bridge to tell you.
A bridge?
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
I'm not in the market for a bridge.
Come on.
Good one.
You fact check things. Come on. You can't just say things. You know, you're
What? I'm
you're
an opinion based.
No,
I'm
not
a
a
opinion. Opinion. I'm not a reporter.
You're a journalist. You're a
I don't
journalist.
claim I'm a journalist or a reporter.
That's what you used to say in your
No.
video. You
No,
used
I
to videos. Yes, you did.
What videos?
In your
My
old
interviews?
videos. Yeah,
My
like
interview?
back in LA.
Yeah, that's LA. This is different. This is a whole different show. It's a whole
Oh.
different.
So you're not a journalist anymore.
I mean, I go with all the news. I know all the topics. I know what's going on.
You, instead of you answering yes or no, you're like,
What? I'm doing the weave. Don't you
Yeah,
ever heard of the weave?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course.
What do you want? I don't understand why you question so much. It's like, dude, you like believe you believe everything the mainstream tells you. It's kind of strange. I didn't think
It's not mainstream. It's just you doing your own business and you actually fact checking things, right? And you doing your due diligence.
so. I'm the only one making up everything I've mentioned tonight. I'm the only one.
You said hearsay by everything you just mentioned. So yes, you're
No.
mentioning hearsay. That's literally what you just did all night.
It's just the research we do when the event happens. We do so much research when the event happens. You kind of like, okay, something's missing here, something's missing there, and then all of a sudden the articles start changing, and then it's like, yep, he's dead, and that's it. But then again, when we go back to the tapes, you look at the two side-by-side pictures of Epstein dead and alive, it looks completely different. And why would they get rid of a guy
Hold on.
that's that rich? What?
Now, you're doing the weave again. What are you talking about? Let's be specific here. What are you talking about?
Well, there's a picture of Epstein, him dead and alive, and they look different.
Okay, so
Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. If you can send it to
Come
me.
on, F word. I can't be here all day doing this kind of stuff back and forth.
You
You
mean?
have to have seen this stuff. If you are down this road, if you are watching our show, you know what it's about.
You're literally saying these things, and I'm just like, listen, you can find it in a quick Google search if what you said is true, which would be the first thing that would pop up. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's super simple, and you do need a producer, quite honestly.
Here we go. Let's find this stupid picture. It's probably buried, of course. Of course, it's buried. There's a picture of him on the of him dead. Why would they show a picture of him on on his deathbed, right? Let's see. Can we find it? Here it is. Here's one. Here's a picture. We got it. We got the picture. Let's see if I can make it big. It's going to look tiny on your screen. Okay. Here's the picture. The nose looks different. Eyes actually looks different too. And the ears. There you go. There you go. Proves my point right there. Done. See? I know what I'm doing. See? What do you want me to do? Right, guys? Nah, I think Epstein's dead, but I don't think he killed himself. Yeah, I don't know. That's why we question it, folks. That's what we are here for. We're trying to put out different opinions on different things to make you think, because we can't just believe everything the new mainstream lives on. I'm not going to. Do you believe this photo? It's not very convincing to me. The one on the right is him supposedly dead. The noses are different. Why would he get rid of that nose, right? Why would he go say, hey, I'm going to have a plastic surgeon and give me a curved nose, please? No, wouldn't do that. This nose obviously looks worse. I don't know where he went. He must have left. All right, folks, that wraps up today's show. Boy, a lot of interesting things going on here, obviously. It's scary times, right, folks? Scary times here in America. We just bombed Iran, and it's not looking good. So, I'll tell you one thing, guys. It's time to pray. Time to pray for 5% to be right with Trump. Woohoo! Right, F-word? He's back. Hey, I had the picture.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
I had the picture. You literally left when I showed the picture of Epstein.
I was so scared to see it. I'm sorry. I had to leave.
Exactly. This is what you're not ready for the truth, and it's okay. It's okay. This is the photo that we got, but it was a lot better back in the day. This is the roughest one I got. As you can see, the noses are different, clear as day.
That's your proof?
No, but there's more evidence. Like I said, there's more evidence. So this is all I got right now. But obviously, evidence doesn't really help you because you clearly don't like evidence.
What do you? I'm clearly fact checking you. So I.
All right, let's just look at the nose. Look at the nose. Done. Look at the nose. Tell me, is that the same fucking nose?
Okay, listen. I know you got to finish up.
I gotta go.
Show. Is that cool?
What?
I know you got to finish up. I know you're gonna finish up already. I know it's getting kind of late for you.
Yeah.
How about I call into your next show and we'll settle this?
Okay, but what about the photo here? Are you gonna debate me on the photo here or no?
How about we analyze it?
Wow. All right, folks, that wraps up today's show. We'll get them on again another day. We'll fight them until the end. Thanks for coming on, F-word. Love to talk, love to discuss. No hard feelings whatsoever, right or left. Other than that, guys, let's go. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we pray to you tonight. We pray for the peace in Iran. We pray that all those sleeper cells stay asleep for the rest of their lives. Matter of fact, we hope they're so old in those sleeper cells that they're waking up and like, we're too old for this shit. So, Lord, we ask you that no sleeper cells be activated, no false flags be activated, that finally there is going to be peace in the Middle East, and finally end this once and for all. But, Lord, if there is something being deceived or something that needs to be exposed, please do that as well. We ask you this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, folks. We'll see you guys later. And have you guys seen the spiritual warfare music video called Deport Them All? That's right. Deport Them All. Here we go. Our music video that we just made for illegals getting out of this country.
Out in the heartland where the flags fly high, we're locking down the borders, no more sneaking on by. Trump's leading the charge with a fire in his stare. ICE is slapping cuffs on illegals, beware. Deport, deport, haul them off the street. Spiritual warfare, bringing down the heat. Arresting all the criminals, watch them cry and fall. To Alcatraz, we're sending here, they're deporting them all. They thought they'd run free, breaking laws with a grin. But ICE is on the prowl, and they ain't gonna win. We're clearing out the bad guys, cleaning up the town. With Trump calling shots, those tears are falling down. Deport, deport, haul them off the street. Spiritual warfare, bringing down the heat. Arresting all the criminals, watch them cry and fall. To Alcatraz, we're sending you, we're deporting them all. They thought they'd run free, breaking laws with a grin. But ICE is on the prowl, and they ain't gonna win. We're clearing out the bad guys, cleaning up the town. With Trump calling shots, those tears are falling down. Deport, deport, haul them off the street. Spiritual warfare, bringing down the heat. Arresting all the criminals, watching crying fall. To Alcatraz we're sending, yeah, we're deporting them all. From the back roads to the cities, hear the justice ring. We're locking up the outlaws, let the patriots sing. No more crime in our streets, we're taking back control. Ship them off to Alcatraz, let them weep in that hole. Deport, deport, haul them off the street. Spiritual warfare, bringing down the heat. Arresting all the criminals, watch them cry and fall. To Alcatraz we're sending, yeah, we're deporting them all. So raise your hat to Trump, keep the country strong. ICE is rounding them up, moving along. From the prairies to the coast, we're answering the call. Spiritual warfare's here, and we're deporting them all.